Okay, folks, welcome back. We are still on the topic of flashlight, and here I have a bunch of so-called tactical illuminators, basically high-end flashlights that can really pack a punch. In the middle of the row, this one in particular in gunmetal finish is something that I had for quite some time. It's called the Surefire 6P. Now this is one of the very early products from the tactical company Surefire, and if you pay attention over here, it says Laser Products, Fountain Valley, California. This is the one of the great grandfathers of tactical flashlight. You heard of mag light? This is more. This is meant more for people who are into guns and shooting and all that. So the design itself is really fantastic. What I like about this is the bright output. Now the 6P was introduced, I believe, sometime in the late 80s through early 90s, when they were still known as laser products. There's a smaller version of this, a 3-volt light called the 3P, which is extremely rare. If you can find that now, it's a collector's item. Now going back to the 6P, the 6P has a similar light in black finish, and back then it's regarded as a premium item. I believe this goes around 350 ringgit at the tops, and you have to buy it from overseas, like from Singapore or Hong Kong or Taiwan. What's interesting is the light. It has a high output xenon bulb. If you open it up, it's actually sealed from the elements. You open it up, there's actually a module here. This burns out easily, and you can see here it's laser products. It's actually quite an old item. Subsequently, Surefire progressed, and they came up with lights that are slightly more pleasing in appearance, called the executive series. This is a single cell executive series Surefire. I have picked up some really cool stuff along the way, and this is something that I would consider as a very simple custom job. A clicking tail light. Compared to the older ones, it's just momentary on and off, and to activate it, you have to twist the cap all the way. The contact gets in place, and the lights will come on. Now later, Surefire had a slightly economical model called the G True Nitrolon. Basically, it's nylon, and they have the combat version of it, G2Z. Meant to be squeezed like that, when you're shooting with a gun. They remain as one of the top guys producing incandescent tactical flashlights for a while, until the advent of high output light emitting diode. Now, as far as LEDs are concerned, this is one of their first LED lights. This is the L1 Lumimax. The Lumimax is a real beautiful design. If you open it up, it takes 2 CR 123. I think 2 or maybe 1. This looks like 2 CR 123 batteries in the body, and once you deploy it, you're good to go. Compared to the incandescent lights, these LED ones have much longer run time. Of course, when you talk about the beam shape itself, for for tactical use, a focus beam would be perfect. This I believe has a really nice focus beam. The L1 continued to be developed, so this is a second generation L1 Lumax. You can see the beam housing compared to the 6P and all that has drop-in module. This is fixed. You can see the contacts here, and it's actually sealed against the elements. There's no way that moisture can get in, because it has O-rings on the barrel, but you need to keep this lubricated with silicone grease so that moisture won't get into the barrel. Now, last but not least, in the Surefire lineup, for this 2-cell flashlight, you have the Aviator. The Aviator is quite an interesting flashlight, because it has LED and what you call it, incandescent. It's a marriage of both. So there's LED, and if you go all the way, that's the incandescent. So this is actually used by pilots to inspect their aircraft before takeoff. And as far as the Surefires are concerned, these are now regarded as classic, because the market now is flooded by Chinese flashlights that are equally as good. But as far as usability is concerned, durability and reliability, the Surefires are way ahead the curve. Well, these are the only lights that uses 2-cell or single CR123 cell. Now the advantage is that you have really bright lights going. For incandescent, the downside of it is that you have shorter run time. Once the battery is flat, it's flat. There's no way for you to get anything out of it. One way to go around it is to get third-party accessories. In the case of this light, there's the option of putting rechargeable batteries. And what's interesting here is that the incandescent bulb is replaced by an LED drop-in module. This is a third party. I believe this is something that came from China, and it's quite economical to run. So despite being obsolete, this one is pretty much in business. It's still being used, and I use it in my car as an emergency light. What's nice about it is that once the light runs out of juice, you can see it's pretty bright. Once the light is out of juice, the energy is rechargeable, so you can dump it in the charger, and when it's fully charged, you're back in business. Well, yeah, so there you have it. These are considered classic contemporaries in terms of tactical flashlights, tactical illuminators. These are the Surefires. I will bring up one or two lights that I have in my keeps there for the next video. So yeah, thanks for watching.